What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for another episode review of the second to last episode of Insecure. I am so mad. Y'all, I feel like I be coming on here talking shit all the time this whole season, and it's because why the hell did y'all wait until the last episode before the episode before the last to actually really get good? Like, this was a good episode, okay? And it had me in my feelings a little bit. And Lawrence, I want to fight you, okay? Bitch, I just niggas can't never be right. Okay, they can't never get right when they supposed to get right. You wait till the wrong time to want to see stuff happening. Oh my goodness. Anyway, this is season 5, episode 9 out. Okay, so at the beginning of the episode, Nathan and Issa still putting up this farce, And truth be told, after the way that this episode went, it made me change my opinion on Nathan. I still feel like he's trying to be a little homosexual, but I still do think I do think now that he really do got feelings for Issa, and he really do want to try to make this relationship work. But the whole problem is Issa don't know where she want to go. Issa got a whole bunch of stuff that is unanswered, fixed, or closure that ain't happened or whatever with Lawrence, okay? And that's understandable, but my whole thing is with Issa, baby girl, you got all this baggage that you have not dealt with, and it keeps popping up and you're not done with. So why get into a relationship and get this man's head geeked up that y'all actually about to live with each other and be in a successful and a fulfilling relationship when you're not 100% there yourself, okay? Girl, I feel like my face getting fat again. I don't like it. I gotta... Anyway, so they going to see some apartments, right? They going to see some apartments. And the apartment was cute. It was like a 2-bedroom or whatever. Her and Nathan and the realtor, they going around talking, okay, we got 2 bedrooms. Nathan said, bitch, do we really need 2 bedrooms? It's just us. He was like, yeah, that'll be the office or the room that you go to when we get into it or whatever. They doing all that stuff. And they going around and thinking that this is a good place, only for the realtor to say, they asked for an application for him to say, listen, well, sorry about that. Y'all was so cute doing what y'all was doing. I didn't want to interrupt, but I already rented out the apartment 5 minutes ago. Bitch, I would have been just like Issa. Nathan, get his ass. Nathan, beat his ass or whatever, because what you're not going to do is you're not going to play me. Let me tell you something. In this journey of apartment hunting and house hunting and all that stuff that I was trying to... that one place, I will never forget it. That early on in the journey, and I had spoke about it. I had this one particular place. It was the location was decent. It looked beautiful, and everything about it was just what I wanted. Okay, I had a set time to go look at it and everything. Only for the day that I was supposed to go look at it, for me to get a call 30 minutes before my appointment time, for them to tell me, oh, well, we've rented it out. The other people, they accepted the offer. I said, what the fuck? I said, ain't this about some bitch? I was so heartbroken. So I get it. Meanwhile, back at Molly's place, at Molly's job, she up there talking to the other 2 co-workers that we always saw, the other 2 ladies, they kind of accepted Molly a little bit off the bat quicker than Torian did, and I feel like they just had a more easier time with her. She wasn't so competitive with her for some reason. But they accepted her a little bit more because I feel like they told her about herself just right off the back a little bit. They gave her the fever too, and she felt a little bit more comfortable with them. So they've been cool ever since. It was Torian and Molly that had the issue, And they come up there, Torian looking all down or whatever. They like, what happened? You was up in the office with Malcolm or whoever the boss is. What's going on? He just looking like he don't know what to say. And it was like, damn, did they offer you the partnership or whatever? What's going on? It looked like he had some bad news, but then he said, yes, they did offer me the partnership. I am partner. And I feel as though he was looking like that because he didn't know how Molly would react, because Molly wants to be partner too, I believe. All right. And so he was kind of hesitant to saying yes in front of her because that's what she wanted, probably what the other ladies wanted too. But it was Molly that was jumping for joy. Oh my God, yes. And she go over there hugging him and everything. And I said, bitch, Molly forgot that she was at work. Molly forgot the professionalism. Molly was about to jump Torian's bone. And she was like, oh my God, thank you, thank you. That's so great. That's so great. And then, they kind of hugged a little bit too intimately, a little bit too long. And the other partners, the ladies, they was sitting there looking like, excuse me. And then she was like, y'all better hug this man, trying to, make up for it or whatever, disguise it. But they went their separate ways, and it's just the way that they went their separate ways that automatically confirmed that y'all either fucking or y'all about to. Okay, because that's what the lady said. I said, girl, we see it, we see it, we see it. Meanwhile, Lawrence and Chad, okay, Chad is over there at Lawrence's house, and Tiffany and Derek is about to have a farewell party. They're about to go to Denver, as we already know. And Lawrence's whole thing is he don't know whether or not he want to come because he know that Issa's going to be there. And truth be told, in this situation, we should be man enough and woman enough and adult enough to be able to be in the same place where we have mutual friends that are leaving. Okay? And we should be mature enough not to bring our issues to a last farewell. Okay? Something that's important like this, Chad basically broke that shit down to Lawrence and said, you basically let Issa get away. And I didn't even think about it like that until Chad put it out there. And I said, you know what? Lawrence did. He let that girl get away. He didn't fight for her. And that's exactly what Chad said. But we have to remember, when Chad says something, it puts batteries up in Lawrence's back, okay? And make him go do the dumbest shit, whether it's good stuff or bad stuff. Now, in this instant, Chad was telling the truth. Usually, he be telling him some mess. Chad was telling the truth. When he dropped Issa off from that airport, and Issa said, you know what? This ain't gonna work. He said, okay. He accepted the defeat right then and there. It was no effort of, but baby, I do whatever I have to. I try to make this work. Like, I really want to be with you. I want us. I mean, granted, he kind of did that just a little bit. Well, I don't know. When he told her initially that he was having a baby with Condola, did he do that? I know he was upset about it, but we didn't see them do that whole back and forth of I'm going to try this and I'm going to try that. From what I saw, Lawrence didn't do nothing. Lawrence just accepted the defeat. He didn't fight for the girl. He didn't fight for the relationship or anything. He just accepted that it is what it is. Because truth be told, I honestly feel as though if he would have put forth some effort to try to keep Issa and him would have still been together. Issa and him would have still been together. And they get to this party, and everybody's showing up. Of course, Kelly is already there, and Kelly got such a reputation with Issa, with the mamas. All right, Kelly is such an old auntie. She is a millennial with an old soul. Okay, because she could just go around and just all the adults just connects to her. Okay, the older adults. When Molly and Torian shows up, they'll be like, hey girl, okay, I see you, introducing and everything. Of course, Issa came with Nathan. Molly had thanked Kelly for doing what she did with the estate planning with her mother. And, Kelly and the mama like best friends. She was like, shit, I think I like your mama more than you. And then, apparently she's supposed to be doing the same thing, the estate planning with Issa mama. Issa said, don't become friends with my mom. She said, we already in the group chat. She was like, put me in the chat. She was like, no, I don't think she would want that. I said, you gotta love Kelly. Now, when Derek and them popped up, they was like, so you got us a gift. I think it was Tiffany that said that. So you got us a gift to Torian. Torian was holding a box, and he was just looking around, and I didn't understand why he was looking around, because it was this little toddler girl that rolled past, and she was just standing there, and I was like, damn, he was looking like, is that my long lost daughter or something? I said, what's going on, Torian? He said, no, this just trash. I'm gonna just try to find somewhere to put this bullshit. I was like, damn, why we say it like that? Molly took him to the side, like, everything cool? He was like, listen, I didn't know it was this type of party. Okay, it's kids and stuff around. These edibles. She was like, don't worry about it. We can take the edibles and we can be cool. I said, you know what? Toria really won me over in that moment, okay? I said, yes, we're going to have to liven this up, all right? Let's have a little bit of fun. So they went on ahead and took the edibles. Next thing you know, Nathan come over there to Issa to tell her that, listen, Arik then lost his keys to the shop. And so, he's going to come down there to get his keys. And then Lawrence and Condola show up with the baby. Okay, Lawrence of course sees Issa with her man. We see Issa see, Condola and Lawrence together. And of course, everybody's feeling some type of way. Yeah, Nathan notices that Issa was looking over there at Lawrence. Okay, oh, so that's him. That's him. And my whole thing is this: the only reason why people should be acting so insecure, and I guess that's why the title of the show is this, is because you realize that your spouse is not over this person. And I feel like that's what Nathan saw, especially from that brief little interaction of her looking at Lawrence. Because if I'm over this person and I'm happy in the relationship that I am in, baby, it does not matter or bother me to the fact that I see you with another person that you're not really together with and you got the baby with. It wouldn't bother me because you're happy in your thing. I don't care if you're happy in your thing, but I'm happy in mine. So seeing your presence wouldn't bother me. And my person would be so secure enough to know that because they wouldn't even have to question that. So they wouldn't feel away. And that just goes to show that people are not as stable in these relationships as they claim to be or are they trying to portray. All right. Meanwhile, Tiffany got a man for Amal. Okay. She was like, there go Ronaldo over there. Baby, Amal had just met that man. Next thing you know, they was sitting down. He was saying, my man, baby, okay, he think I need a Caesar cut. What you think? I said, wait a minute. So y'all boyfriends already and y'all just met 2 seconds ago? Listen, don't do it. Don't do it. Meanwhile, Tiffany and Derek, they get up there and give a little speech, okay? Tiffany's give a speech and she's talking about Kelly and how Kelly's always been there for her, whatever. You could tell that she still got some reservations about going to Denver because she got to pick out the nice things about it to remind her the reasons why she should go compared to why she really wants to stay in LA, said Kelly is a ride or die for her. And she said, yeah, I will die for you. I would actually kill for you too. I'll kill Derek too. Okay. I said, leave it to Kelly to take it over and beyond. Derek talked about and shouted out his dad crew. Okay. The ones with the kids. Chad was just standing there and he just he wanted them to talk about him so bad. And at the end of the speech, he was not mentioned. So Chad was in his feelings that whole damn time. Because even Issa got a shout out. Tiffany said, Issa, I don't got a friend like you. And I said, wait a minute, is that a compliment or is that what is that? Is that an insult? Like, I really don't have a friend like you, but there you are. I said, bitch, me and Issa didn't know how to take that. And at that point, here come Dro and some new bitch. I said, wait a minute. I said, Dro, what's going on right here, right now? I said, now see, bitch, we done saw everybody come back. Okay, we done saw everybody come back. Now, where the fuck is Daniel? Y'all are mad if we don't see. I'm cussing them out next week if we don't see Danielle. Okay? If Danielle is not on here next week, I don't care if it was just a little blurb. You see him walking down the street and he go like that. Bitch, that's all that I want. Because that's what y'all did with Dro. He came up into the whole party with a whole new bitch. I said, who is this? Remember that he did try to call what's her name, Molly, when they was at the little slumber party or whatever. So after all of this, the little whole thing, the toast or whatever, the girls go with the girls, the guys go with the guys. They up there talking, and Torian is high as hell. He talking about how he wants some barbecue. Next thing you know, because Nathan is over there, you got Dro, Nathan, Chad, Lawrence, Derek, all of them, Torian. And they're talking about barbecue. Who got the best barbecue? Who got the best food? Denver ain't going, because they was like, Derek, what you going to miss most about LA? And he was like, for real, the food. Especially like the barbecue. It was like, yeah, LA got some good ass barbecue. And, Nathan was like, no. I mean, it's cool or whatever, but, it ain't the best. And then here come Lawrence. Yeah, it is the best, but for somebody that's like an outsider that ain't been here that long, all this stuff, it was so much innuendo, okay? It was so much innuendo and puns and all this stuff because they're talking about barbecue, but literally they're both talking about something else. And even Torian picked up on it and was like, the tension is thick, okay? And Torian is high as hell at this point, but he picked up on it, all right? Because you're disguising what you're talking about as barbecue, but Lawrence talking about something where you ain't been here long enough, so you wouldn't know. And I'm sitting here like, no, Lawrence, don't do this. Do not do this with that man because that man did not start with you. That man did not come there to give you no grief or nothing like that. That man didn't do nothing to you. You moved on. You made a mistake. You had to pay for that mistake, and you had to take care of your responsibilities. You did not fight for the woman that you claim that you want to be with, so therefore she moved on allegedly, and she got with another person. Okay, so how dare you try to get up in his ass and come for his throat because he with Issa and that's who you want to be with. He did nothing wrong, so why are you coming for him so hard the way that you are, but disguising it as barbecue? That ain't no cute look, Lawrence. That's some bullshit. That's weak, to be quite honest. Meanwhile, the ladies are in the house, and they're just talking about some champagne and talking about how Tiffany's supposed to be leaving on Monday, but she will be back out for Molly's birthday. And I believe Tiffany or one of their birthdays are like literally back to back. So it's like, we have to be able to, plan stuff and get stuff together and be, we'll make it work. Okay. And then they start saying, so just imagine how things will be in the next 2 years. This is Molly at this point. Molly was acting like she was on Molly. I said, how many milligrams was the edibles? Because the edibles was hitting. She's talking about who's going to be the next one to get pregnant, who's going to be big, who's going to be tall, who's going to get shorter, who's going to get bigger, who's going to get this, who's going to get that. They looking at her like, bitch, what the fuck? Next thing you know, she started laughing so loud. I mean, you saw all of her teeth. You saw all of her teeth. I said, them bitches came out like, damn. And I said, shit, Molly, what's going on? And I had to remember she's on them edibles. Next thing you know, Kelly had to slap her back into reality. She said, bitch, we supposed to be working together. You gonna have to let me know when you gonna do some stuff so I can do that shit with you, okay? I was just sitting here like, this is cool. Then all of a sudden, here comes Condola with the baby. She was like, oh, I'm sorry. I just came in to get a bottle. Yeah, them babies be needing them bottles. I said, Issa, hush. So the girls go off to the side to let Issa and Condola talk. And truth be told, I don't even feel like they needed to talk. They didn't need to talk, okay? Because Condola didn't do nothing wrong. Condola did nothing wrong. Condola did nothing wrong because what happened between Condola and Lawrence happened when Lawrence was not with Issa. So she didn't owe her an apology. She didn't owe her an explanation. She didn't even owe her acknowledgement. But I get it that they was cool at one point. So it was that awkward tension. So, of course, they talked about how, congratulations on this and congratulations on that. And that was it. That was it. I said, all right, cool. Moving on from that, Molly come out the house and she runs into Dro. We found out that Dro got divorced. I said, damn, bitch, every show that you own, Dro, you can't have a wife. You always getting divorced. He was on Games People Play. Lauren London divorced his ass. Oh, girl divorced him on here. Baby, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. While they having their conversation, Torian, talking. Torian was standing right there. And, Molly wound up telling Torian what was going on. That was a nigga that I used to fuck around with. Him and his wife was in an open relationship, and we used to fuck around, and that's what it is. And Torian was cool with it. Torian was cool with it because he secure, okay, and he was high as hell. So it's like, if I know what it is and it would happen before me, why am I going to get upset? You moved on, we moved on. It is what it is. Meanwhile, Issa had came over there talking to Nathan and trying to see if everything's okay. And he get a text that Ark was outside. But Issa can already feel that things are off. he goes outside to go see Arik. And Arik was like, "What's good?" And he was like, "I mean, everybody up in there, her ex, cause he asked what's good with Molly, fine ass." And I'm like, "Yeah, she does, but she came there with somebody else." And it's like, "Okay, that's cool. Game recognized game. That's how the game play, you know." And he was like, "But Easter X up in there," and he was like, "Well, shit, I don't like that." He was like, "Talk about some barbecue. I don't know what that mean, but he could catch a fade. No pun intended, okay?" Cause you know they barbers, right? And I was like, Nathan, you're better than me. You're better than me because I would have tore that whole party up. I mean, on the one hand, I want to be respectful because these ain't my people, this my girl's people. But what you not gonna do is disrespect me at your friend stuff. Okay? That's showing disrespect to your friend. You know what I'm saying? You can't put that shit on hold or whatever. Meanwhile, Lawrence had talked to Condola and she was like, "Yeah, I talked to Issa. It was brief, it was cool, it was whatever." And then she was like, "I think baby Elijah ready to go." And she was like, "You can stay here with your friends because you don't know when the next time you will see them, okay? So, make the best of it." And he sees Issa walking, all right? Meanwhile, Molly and Torian had one of the highest moments of this whole episode and the whole season where they was looking for these macaroni balls, macaroni and cheese ball. Let me tell you something. If you have never had a macaroni and cheese ball, oh my God. Now listen, I don't really do too much fried foods these days, but baby, bomb. Delicious. Great. Put a little hot sauce on that shit too. Everything. So they looking for it, and the tray ain't coming out. They said, "Fuck it, let's just go to the source." They went into the shed or wherever that they had all the entrees and the little appetizers up in there, the hors d'oeuvres, okay? And they just start eating everything. And I'm just sitting here like, what in the world? So the waiter was coming. They go up into the closet. And Molly had one of her realest moments with Torian. Instead of just making up stuff and putting on airs with him, she broke down about how when she's in relationships or try to get into a relationship with people, with men, like they eventually get tired of her and they're going to leave her. And, that's why she's in the place that she's at, because of the way that she approached relationships, the way that she was in the relationship, that the men just don't want to be with her no more. And he was like, she was like, I feel like that's what might happen with you and me because, she liked being with him because it's easy. It's coming natural. She don't have to put on and do too much like she did with other people. And he was like, "Listen, at the beginning, I ain't gonna lie, I hated your ass. But now I'm growing to like you. Okay? And I ain't finna get tired of you." And I said, "Ooh, Torian, what y'all about to do? Fuck in the closet." I said, for this bitch not to get no play in real life, Molly be getting a whole bunch of play on TV. I said, "Yvonne, how does that feel?" Okay? How does that feel? I just be wanting to ask some of the intimate questions that I shouldn't ask because I want to know, do she get turned on? Why they doing this stuff? Because, I mean, you ain't busting. Anyway, I'm going to let that lady live. She want to be right with God. No sex before marriage. Beautiful concept. I just couldn't do it. But anyway, after that, Issa was taking the garbage out, going to the garbage can in the bag, and then Lawrence pop up. Okay? And he was like, "My bad, I didn't mean to scare you." But he gets into this whole situation where he's asking, "Why did you call me last month? Was it an accident?" She said it was an accident, meaning that, "Yeah, I meant to call you, but I didn't mean to call you. She didn't really want nothing, but I don't know." Okay? And it went from there. And at that point, I feel like Issa should have just walked away. Okay? But she wanted this conversation. She wanted this conversation, but I felt like it was a conversation that needed to be had at one point, but not here. And I say not here, it's because he knows that she's in a relationship, and I cannot stand when people do what he did. Okay? I am in a relationship. You see me with my partner. You see me with my partner. And then all of a sudden you want to get the courage that you should have had a long time ago to try to tell me how much you still love me, you still want me, come be with me, okay? I ain't gotten over you and all this shit and doing all of that and making a big old fuss and a fool about it as if I supposed to just cave to you, okay? And then Nathan overhears and sees everything. And then you want to say, this ain't got nothing to do with you. It got everything to do with him because you trying to take his woman. You trying to take his woman. I said, Lawrence, and they're going to try to act out because they was about to get into a fight. Lawrence, your ass trying to buck up. Lawrence, I'm going to be quite honest. Okay, I'm going to be real with you. Nothing about you says that you know how to fight. Nothing about you says you know how to fight. I blame Lawrence for this whole situation. Okay, honestly, I blame Chad because Chad put the battery in Lawrence's back, but then Lawrence took it upon himself to go ahead and run with that battery and let it set off at the goddamn farewell party. This is not how I want to remember my last event here in LA. Y'all fighting over Issa, okay? Because you didn't fight when you should have. I said, Lawrence, no. This is what happened when you miss. You don't miss what you have until it's gone. All right? And you don't step up to the plate when you were supposed to. And now that you see that the person has moved on, at least it appears that they have moved on, you want to do something about it. But now it's showing cracks in the relationship with Nathan and Issa. At least, Nathan, you're feeling it. That girl don't really want you like that. And if she does, she still got Lawrence on the back of her mind. Because had Nathan not popped up, I truly feel like Issa probably would have let Lawrence kiss her. She probably would have entertained it right there. She would have. I feel as though that would have happened. If that whole fight did not pop off, I feel as though she probably would have let him kiss her and she probably would have hooked up with him later that night. That's just how Issa is, okay? She still wants that man, and I just want better for her. I want better for her, okay? And I don't want her to play Nathan. I feel like Nathan might break up with her next week. And I'm so mad that we get to episode 9 of season 5 of a 10 episode series finale out of all of these freaking episodes to finally put Molly into a healthy relationship. I want Issa to just admit in the season finale, the series finale, that she is not ready for Nathan. And let him go. You want to go ahead and get back with Lawrence? Please go do that and leave us the fuck alone. And stop bringing everybody else into your mess. Because that was trash. That was trash. But y'all tell me how y'all felt about it. Who do you blame? Are you sadding with Lawrence in this situation? Or are you sadding with Nathan? Or what you feel about it? Put it down in the comments, okay, you guys? And I will see y'all later. Peace.